The following is an excerpt from an askSlim premium level video. Follow us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and do subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Share it. There's tons that come out every single week. Follow us on Twitter at askSlim, and write to Matt at askSlim.com for trial memberships. We have trial memberships available for all of our levels, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And go to the askSlim.com website for details. Thank you, and enjoy the video. Let's talk about the stock market and the S&P 500 now. Stock market we thought would have a mild correction. We thought it would come down and that it would touch the area of about 2730 and then try the upside again. Well, that was a perfect bullseye. It was a really, really nice week where it followed the projections, the patterns very clearly. And I just, every week come in here and I just tell you what the projections are based on a pretty formulaic look at cycle analysis. So that's what I show you in here, and it was really an excellent week regarding the cycle analysis. Let's take a look as we switch over from the bond market and look at the S&P 500, and you can see the formation in here. The thought was that because this formation and this rally lasted so long, and because momentum had turned positive right over here, that this would then have only a modest few-day correction and then begin to move up again. This low right over here was right around this area. What was that actual low? It was 27.27. So we were very, very close there. And you can see it gets down into the slim ribbon. So what happens now? So now we've made the bottoms that you see right in here. This was the new shifted cycle projection. This is the old one that we still have in there that was running these 20-day patterns. And the pattern now is in these rising phases. The question is, how good is it? You see this 27.27 low? If it gets below there, there's a lot of trouble. In the meantime, we're in this early in this rising phase, which has the possibility of getting up to 29.40. This high right over here, you see at 28.79, has a good likelihood of being taken out on the upside. Now, what I said to you last week was that, when we come down in here and then rally, we learn a lot. We're going to school right now on this rally right in here. How strong is it? Can it get an upward lift, as you see in the beginning of the cycle here, and then continue? Or is it going to reestablish the bear trend, which is like this? An upward lift hits a sell area and then comes down and breaks the key low and then gets creamed. It could be somewhere in between there, but this is really what the time period in here that we're going to learn about the condition of the market. Upward bias likely. The normal movement would be a really bearish case, only 5-day move. The normal would be about 10 to 12 days on the upside. And if it was another really bullish cycle, it would look like this. You can see our projection has it peaking about halfway through and then coming down, which would be a normal, or what we call idealized cycle pattern. So that is suggestive of the fact that we will have an upside week in here. We're looking for a modest upward bias with the potential of 29.40 on the upside, but we have narrowing ranges, and we need to get some magnitude, some real buying coming in before we can be convinced. Upside momentum is good. Intermediate momentum has now turned upward, which is also good. And all of that fighting massive downward momentum coming from the long-term trends. When that happens, it should fail in these sell zones. So that's why we're not looking for any kind of a breakout in here, but just finding its way up here and then finally giving loose and having a big downside move again. Some of the evidence shows that we are in an upward correction in a big bear market, and that it is likely that it will continue for some number of days here, maybe even a couple of weeks, before it then begins to turn down again. We're just going to look for some kind of a chop in here and then a bigger break here into May.